All right, so to do reports on Xero, you would shockingly go to reports and go to all reports. Oh, that might help. I'm recording but not screen sharing. So let me find you. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, do you see this? Okay, so I'm gonna go, I think when you first log in, it's on dashboards. So you would just click on the reports tab and go to all reports. And the type of report that I always use is account transactions. So you click into that. And then what you can do, so these are all the account codes. So these will look familiar, right? So let's say you're looking over the financials and you realize that staff development is way higher than we budgeted for. You're going to want to come in here and find out why. So you would scroll through to find whatever account code you're curious at diving into and just check it. And you can do multiple if you want. And then you would select a date range, and I always do this financial year. And then you hit update, and it will pull the report of any transaction that is coded to this. So you'll be able to just go through and be like, oh yeah, the MICA is the big, we didn't budget right for MICA. We need to add more, or you can just kind of see what it might have been that was causing the discrepancy. Or if something's not in there that should be, you'll have to kind of locate where that was. So for example, one request I have in to Kevin is, I think, in accommodation and lodging. Accommodation and lodging. If we look at that, we have the retreat, the Airbnb, I think, right here. And so after talking to Greg, he's like, well, let's move that into staff development, because even though it was technically lodging, it was for staff development for the retreat. So you can tell Kevin, can you please recode that? And you can even screenshot it. The other nice thing about this is you can export it to a Google Sheet. So I do this all the time. So I'll just export it to a Google Sheet like this. And then I'll basically highlight the item like this. I'll just highlight this. Sorry, it's kind of being funny. Where to go? I'd highlight it, and then I'd put a little note next to it saying, for some reason that didn't actually work. Actually, I think all the internet stuff is my computer. It's being really slow. Can you recode this to, whatever the code is? And you could just email this to him. This is also the Google Sheet, download as Google Sheet is good too. Like a lot of times, you can just send this to whoever is interested in the information. The other thing that you're going to want to use for this is going to be these report settings. So let's say we want to look at all gala and benefit transactions. What I would do to get that, because the gala and benefit are location codes, not account codes. So what I like to do, we want to leave out revenue. So I check all, but then I check off all the ones that aren't that are revenue related, PayPal, all these things. So then you're just left with the expenses side of things. So you have to select basically all the expenses, pledges. I'm just going to scroll down to the bigger ones because I don't want to take up a bunch of space. I'm looking for, oh, these are like the big donation ones. Corporate giving, foundations, special event revenue. Okay, and individual contribution. So I get rid of those, and then you go into report settings, and here's where you can pick the location codes. So I want to look at everything that is gala. Let's just do gala for this one. So if we go back to the page we were on, oh, this took me all the way back here. Oh, that's okay. Um, so go into reports. I can do this much faster this time because I know that these big ones, that's okay. So I'm just going to delete all of the, yep, exactly. Um, all right, so you go to report settings. I'm going to go back to this year. And then you're going to select whatever location codes you want. And I just want to look at expenses for the gala. These, I think I typically just leave what's already checked, but there's some different, you can take off some of these, like tax source. Um, so anyway, this is basically a filter, So these are the main criteria. We're looking at all the expense account codes for the whole year. Um, but just LA Gala location code. So when you do that, it should now only show the expenses that have been coded to LA Gala. And so this is like the quick way to tell whoever, the development team, how much we paid. But um, we would want to take off a couple of these things. So we have these bill.com money clearing out, bank and credit card fees. Well, those we might want to keep. Anyhow, you want to kind of refine it. So we probably want to take off all these other ones that I did before, because eventually you want to get down to just what were the expenses. And it'll give you a total and it'll show you all the transactions. Um, Accounts payable. What are the other ones that are showing here? ABB checking. Um, it's a mix. Yeah, I think if it's something that Greg wouldn't even know, that you just noticed like a mistake, you would just go ahead and request it from Kevin. If you're uncertain, like in the example I think that I gave last time we met about um, marketing services being way over and advertising being way under, and to even it out, we could just recode. That's something I would run by Greg and just say, like, I noticed that we've just been coding these in this way, and I think if we change these things to this, it would even it out. So it's a mix between just the things that should be coded differently and the things that you have questions about. Um, and I know what I'm showing you now is not really relevant to the forecasting process, but this is something that you will use if, let's say, for grants, Maya's like, how much did we spend on clubs? You would do it this way. Um, Perfect. Um, yeah, so yeah, in essence, when you do the financials review, and I think I even have up a forecast. This is just if you're ever uncertain about, like, why is this high? Why is this low? This is your way to like dive in deeper. Um, okay. Um, and I'd be curious too. Like, I don't know I haven't done the income statement kind of thing before either. So at some point we can take a look at that. Um, so yeah, I think that's basically it. Um, I went through this week and I did some updates to the forecast on the expense side of things, and I highlighted them kind of like I showed you before. Um, so wow, my computer is being so slow today. So you can take a look at these additions I made at some point. It's probably easier for you to do. But like Emily's raise, we put in um, the platform I updated based on the financials. Um, we the honorariums and stipend, we've only spent like 3,000 for the whole year, and we had 22,000 budgeted, so I decreased that forecast based on the financials. So yeah, that's the basic idea. So maybe for the next set of financials that we get, um, I'll have, well, I'll just reach out to you because basically we could do it together. I could just give it to you and you could do a pass at it and like highlight the things that you think we should look into. But yeah, let's do the next one. Definitely collaboratively, and then that way you'll feel confident about using it. Okay, yeah, so the main thing is reports, all reports, account transactions, and then you can filter by account code, you can filter by location code, and that's pretty much it. Cool.